Hello everyone and welcome to Play the Game with Steve. It is time to come back to our roots. There are so many new players to the game that I want to revisit the core set heroes. I know for some of you that have been with my channel for a long time, I've done a couple of videos here where I use the precons and I kind of talk about those. But this is really, I want to go back to the mechanics of the precons in action for people who are just starting off into the game. So this is going to be something for you to learn how to navigate the heroes and really how to understand the mechanics of the game, and really going back to like what it is all about, because Marvel Champions is a deck building game. The pre-constructed decks are things that the designers put together in order to introduce a set of cards, sometimes some new mechanics and stuff like that. So sometimes it might feel a little off, but for the most part, the decks are all well-rounded and very solid. So the point of this video is going to really be to showcase all 5 of the core set heroes versus a scenario, an expert scenario, which is going to be Expert Klaw, which is my go-to scenario because it does offer the most challenge straight off the box for a pre-constructed deck. And again, coming from you could obviously try against Ultron, but Ultron is the big boss of the box. So the pre-constructed decks need a little bit of tweaking to be able to face off against that challenge. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the table and I'm going to show you guys all the steps and how we come back. So here we go. So we're going to face off against Expert Klaw. As you can see, the main scheme is there with 0 threat. Our heroes are all here. These are the 5 heroes with the 4 pre-constructed decks. So the aggression has Iron Man and She-Hulk that can navigate it. Obviously, Black Panther with protection, Spider-Man with justice, and Captain Marvel with the leadership aspect. All 4 decks do have the same 11 basic cards. They all have an Avengers Mansion, an Emergency, a First Aid, a Haymaker, a Nick Fury, and a Mockingbird, a Tenacity, a Helicarrier, and then the three double resources: Energy, Genius, and Strength. Every one of these has 14 cards of the aspect. Now, if you are new to my channel, please put a like, subscribe. And if you are new to the game, and I really hope this is going to be for new players, and you do pay attention and take a look-sees and watch some of the content I have. For the new players, if you are new to this game, I will be giving away a core set promo of all the heroes in the extended art format. I only have one left. I got him from the pre-release when we went to Connecticut for the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. event. So and since I already have these are the same ones that I have, and I will be giving away these to one lucky commentator. So just if you want to be eligible to win, just write your name in the comments and say, I'm a new player. I only have the core box or something like that. And yeah, and if you want these, you'll be eligible to get these. And I will also be pulling away, and this is a fan-made custom card. I'm going to be giving away 3 Steve carriers. So this is, again, it is the Helicarrier, but if you are familiar with the channel, it's kind of a running gag. Somebody, Bahamut Dragonlord, did make a Steve carrier because when we were playing in a multiplayer game, it's a kind of like a running gag. But I'll let you see what that says and you can have a laugh if you kind of watch us play. All right, so when we start the game, we have the starter decks here, and when you start the game, you go through the steps, and all the steps are here. They have been modified a little bit on what you need to do. Set up, stage 1, set hit points. So first of all, you need to choose your hero, and we're going to be doing these all. We'll play all 5. I'm going to start with my favorite hero, which is She-Hulk from the core set. In order of my favorites, She-Hulk is definitely my favorite, followed by Spider-Man, followed by Iron Man, followed by Black Panther, followed by Captain Marvel. But just for the game, we're going to start with She-Hulk, and then we're going to go aggression, protection, justice, leadership, and we'll come back to aggression after. All right, so we're going to put these ones aside. So we chose our hero. These are all going to be put aside. Once that's done, we're going to set our hit points. So 15 is my hit points. I put it on the computer. You can use these magical dials that they give us. As you can see, mine are pretty used up. I've been playing the game for a long time. So this is what you do. Then once that is done, you'll select the first player. Well, there's only me playing, so it's going to be a solo game. So I will be the first player token. We're going to set aside our obligations. And is that what I forgot to get? I think I did forget to get my obligations for my heroes. Oh, Stevie, you silly goose. It's okay. They're not very far. Yeah, it's the one thing I forgot to do. So I will take my obligation, and I have all the other characters right there. All right. So I have my 15 hero cards. My obligation is here. Your set aside nemesis, you did exactly what to do. You set it aside. Get your obligation. Then we're going to shuffle our hero cards, our 15 hero cards here with the normal cards and the aggression cards. We're going to make ourselves a deck. We got our tokens here. We got our stun. I'm using burger tokens for this. For the damage points, the threat on the side schemes. So we have that. You can use dice. You can use whatever you want. Whatever makes it easy for you to play. All right. Then we're going to do a setup. After that, we're going to set our villain. We're playing on expert. So we're going to bring out the villain. And then you can read what the villain says here. But first you read underground distribution. And it says here, setup, search the encounter deck and for defense network, side scheme, and reveal it. So that is the defense network side scheme and reveal it. It comes in with 2 and 1 per player. So it's going to be at 3. And this is a crisis icon, which means we cannot remove threat from the main scheme until we get rid of this crisis. Okay, then we're going to read the underground distribution. It says, when revealed, we're going to discard cards from the encounter deck until a minion is discarded. We'll put it into play engaged with us, the first player. We're going to do that after we start shuffling. So this is all going to, and your obligation is also in there when you shuffle and discard. Then you do the villains when revealed. It says, when revealed, search the encounter deck and discard pile for the immortal Klaw and put it into play. So that is going to come in at 3 per player, and it has an acceleration icon. That means the main scheme, instead of going up by 1 per player, it's going to go up by 1 per player and the acceleration. So if there's let's say we're playing a 4-player game, it will go up by 4 plus 1 is 5. So in a 1-player game, it's going to go up by 1 plus 1 is 2. But once you get rid of that side scheme, it's going to reduce. It's going to get rid of that. And that says Klaw gets plus 10 hit points, and that's it. When you get rid of the scheme, he loses those 10 points. So that's why you see the villain at 28 hit points and then with the acceleration. So now after that, we're going to shuffle our deck and then we're going to draw cards and then we're going to resolve all of our setup. So all of this, I'm going to do this only once. And then for the other games, it's going to go pretty simple. After I'm done with the game, I'm going to talk about the character for a few minutes. And then I'll direct you as well if you want to see more of Jennifer Walters. I have a series called Beyond the Precon, which basically takes whatever hero comes in the hero pack and the core set cards and how you can upgrade that just using that hero pack and the things, and then what other heroes can combine with that. So that's a whole separate video. So if you want to see that, you can go check that out. I'm going to press pause so you guys don't have to watch me shuffle for 20 minutes. And I'm going to do the shuffling, and then I'm going to shuffle my deck, and then we're going to start the play. All right, we are ready to shuffle up and play. All right, let's go. We're gonna first of all use do the underground distribution that says to discard until we find a minion. We are gonna get a minion. All right, we got the whirlwind. So 6 health minion, pretty cheese. I'm gonna shuffle our deck. I'm gonna see what we get. All right. Yeah, so if you enjoy the foil sleeves, you can always reach out to me and I can tell you where to get some, or I can send some to you. And check this out. 1. Oh, nice. Turn 1 split personality. That is the best. 4, 5, and 6. So this is all damage. Like I said, our first priority is threat removal. So we're going to try to find cards that help us remove threat. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. So we didn't get a double, which is kind of sad. I was kind of hoping to get something, a double resource. We did not get a double resource. So what we're going to do is we're going to flip up. We'll deal 2 damage to Klaw. And he'll go to 26. All right, we're going to remove 1 threat from the Immortal Klaw. I think right now we're just going to overpay. We're going to pay 4 because you can overpay for cards. That's introduced a little bit later in the game with an ally called Ant-Man that costs 0. It says for everything you overpay. So that opened the door for us to overpay. So I'm going to split personality, which basically means I'm going to draw a new hand of 6. But because I have Focus Rage, 2, 4, and 5. Ugh. Unfortunately, we did not get what we are looking for. We can do 2 things here. We're going to spend 1, 2, 3 for a Helicarrier. Yeah, I was really hoping to get 1 card that helped us remove threat. We'll use our Helicarrier and our Focused Raged to put down a superhuman strength. All right, we're going to stay down. We might lose the main scheme on the first turn. It's not a big issue because we have a super element division. So 2, 4, 5, 6. We have a Hulk. Okay, we have some, again, we have a lot of our aggressive cards, but we are not finding our threat removal here. It's okay. We're going to add 2 threat to the main scheme. Main scheme is going to go to 2. All right, he is going to scheme for 2 plus 1 is 3. I'm going to object. Morning, bud. So I'm going to object. That means only 2 threat will go on the main scheme. Ooh. And then Whirlwind is going to scheme for 1. All right, Dean. For 1. And then I'm going to go to my encounter card, which is Legal Work. And I'm just going to exhaust to get rid of that. All right. Okay. I need you. Okay, let Daddy work. All right, I'm going to use my Helicarrier to put down a superhuman law division. I am then going to use the Power of Aggression to remove 2 threat from the Immortal Klaw. That is going to give him minus 10 hit points. So he'll go down to 16. There we go. Klaw goes down to 16. The threat is at 5. Okay. Unfortunately, it's going to pop, but it's okay. I am going to spend 2 to play Hulk. Now, hopefully this is not a mental. Hulk is going to deal 3 damage to this guy. And then it's Mockingbird, so an extra 2 damage. That goes to 5. He is going to take a consequence damage. I am going to, am I flipping up? Yeah, let's just flip up. Bam. And we're going to deal another 2 damage and get rid of this minion. All right. That's pretty good. I don't think I need the combat training or this right now, so I'm going to look for, again, threat removal in the form of either Nick Fury or chase them down. Okay. So unfortunately, we didn't get really what we wanted, but it's okay. This is going to go, the acceleration is gone. It's going to go by 1, so it's going to flip, and we're going to find a minion, which is a weapons runner. All right, and that is now going to go to stage 2B. It's going to go back down to 0 threat. All right, and then he wants to attack me. We're just going to take the first hit for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1 is 6. So I'm going to go down to 9. Okay, and then my encounter card is radioactive guy. All right. All right, I think what we're going to do here is we're going to have Hulk punch for 3 here. And we get a mental transforms back into Bruce Banner. That's unfortunate, but what we can do. There's nothing we can do about it. All right, then what we are going to do is we're going to use Helicarrier, Tag Team, and 1-2 Punch to put a tag team down. I'll deal 2 damage. I'll deal... Oh, wait, I don't need to because this... I punch for 5. I'll deal 2 damage to this guy with my tactical team. And then I will punch for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's going to get rid of him. Now, this says when I attack. And then my only attack was her. And because I cannot do stun the attacked enemy because he's defeated, I get to keep this card. And because I attacked and defeated an enemy, I'm going to chase them down. And I'll remove 2 threat from the defense network. And I'm going to flip back down. Because that's what you want to do with Jennifer Walters. You want to go to alter ego as much as you can. 2, 4... And then we got a Senor Nick Fury. That's going to draw us 3 cards. And then we're going to be off to the races. All right. Klaw is still at 16. But damage is never the priority in Marvel Champions. Damage is always the last of your worries. So 1 threat wants to go on. I'm going to object. Now he's going to scheme for 2 plus 2 is 4. And then encounter card is an assault, which will surge into a tiger clown. All right. So he has 6 hit points, and we'll take care of him in a second. All right. So we're going to spend a genius, a helicarrier, and an uppercut. That's 4. We're going to play down Senor Nick Fury and draw 1, 2, 3 beautiful cards. Oh, look at this. Then we're going to go 1, 2, 3. We're going to put down our focused rage. Now the rage is real. All right. And that is going to allow us to draw some cards. All right. We are going to flip into hero form. We'll deal 2 damage to the tiger guy. We're going to attack for 5. Again, because we did not... we're not able to stun, we get to keep our superhuman strength. We're going to use our focused rage, take a damage, draw a card. And then we're going to spend 1, 2, 3. We're going to play Tigra. Tigra is going to remove the 1 threat from the defense network, and she'll take a consequence damage. And then Nick Fury is going to remove 2 threat and take a consequence damage. And man, we are off to the races. And we'll keep our tag team in case we need some gratuitous violence from that after. And then we get to draw 4 cards. 1, 2. And now we have our real threat remove person, Hellcat. Now she is just the best. Now, because we went through our deck, we're getting an extra encounter card, but we're okay with that. 3 and 4. Oh, too good. Okay, we're going to add 1 threat to the main scheme. It's going to go to 3. So the main should go to 3. All right, here we go. And then The villain is going to attack into Nick Fury for 3 and put a minion down. That's okay. That goes away. We get the minion who's going to attack us for 1. So we'll go down to 8. And then we have 2 encounter cards. So the first one is Klaw's going to attack us and add threat to the main scheme for 1, 2, 3. And then he exhausts us, so we go down to 5. Adds a threat to the main scheme, which goes to 4. And then we get Master Plan, where we're going to find a side scheme. There's a Shadows of the Past. And I don't think there's one, so I think we're going to get an acceleration. There you go. So now we accelerate. So now that game that we were in control, now we have to go real fast. And the fact that we got exhausted is kind of sad, but it's okay. It's all right. We move fast in those mysterious ways. All right, we're going to take a damage, draw a card. We'll go down to 4. And draw 1 card. It is a Relentless Assault. All right. We're going to spend a Strength and a Relentless Assault to play Hellcat, which is so good. She is going to thwart for 2. Take a damage. All right. We're going to use Tigra to defeat this minion. Easy peasy. We are going to flip down to Alter Ego. And we are going to use our first trade to do a Superhuman Law Division. We're going to remove the threat here. And we're going to get rid of our legal practice. We're going to ready up. And then she defeated a minion, defeated this. We're good. Let's keep this guy. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, and now we have Gamma Slam. So the Gamma Slam can deal 11 damage. That's really, really good. Or we can start punching for 5, 6, 7. As long as we keep the villain stunned, we keep punching for 7. That's super solid as well. All right, we'll decide what we do in a second. All right, we're going to add only 1 threat to the main scheme. All right, because we're going to object. He's going to scheme for 2 plus 0. Easy peasy. That goes to 3. And then our encounter card is Gang Up, which will surge into Sonic Boom. I'm just going to exhaust all my characters. It's just easier like that. Okay. This is the beauty of this game. Sometimes it just happens. All right. We're going to use Superhuman Law Division with a Gamma Slam to get rid of 2 threat. We're going to use our Helicarrier, Combat Training, and Uppercut to do another Focused Rage. So that's another card draw. And you know what? Do we go up? No, we're just going to stay down again because I'm not too worried. And we're going to draw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Let's just play in Alter Ego and just control with our allies. All right. Main scheme is going to go up by 2, but it's going to go up by 1. It's going to go to 4. And then he's going to... oh, wait, no. It's going to go to... It's just going to go to 2 because I did remove 2. It was at 3. It's going to go to 2. And then he's going to scheme for 2. Plus 1 is 3, so that's going to go to 5. And then we have 1 encounter card, which is his Retaliate. All right, so we're doing really, really good. All right, we're going to recover because we're pretty low on health. We're going to go back up to 9. All right, we're going to flip. When we flip, we deal 2 damage to Klaw. This is now we're entering damage mode. We'll take 2 damage and draw 2 cards. Oh, let's go. All right, so we go down to 7. And look at all these cards that we have. All right. We did this. All right. And then we're going to go 1-2 punch, 1-2 punch, helicarrier, and a power of aggression for 4. We'll play the Avengers Mansion. Now we're drawing 3 cards a turn. We'll draw an extra card. There's a other 1-2 punch. So this would have been really solid. If I wasn't exhausted and he didn't have this, what I would do is I would stun him and then just keep him stunned. But I'm going to try to do that for next turn. So I'm going to spend 1, 2, 3. I'm going to play another tag team. All right. Oh, shoot. I remember I have to remove threat, Steve. So I'm going to use Hellcat to remove 2. And I'll use her to remove 1. All right. All right. We're going to ready up. I did forget to use my Super Law Division while I was in Alter Ego. But it's okay. 2 and 4. Okay. We're going to add 2 threat. This is going to go to 4. Klaw's going to attack us for 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to go down to 3. The main scheme is at 4. And then my encounter card is Assault. He wants to attack us. I think we're just going to throw Tigra in front of the bus. And this is going to come in. And Tigra is going to be defeated. It's okay. We can deal with Tigra. All right, we're going to take 2 damage and are ready. So 3 cards. 1, 2, and 3. There's Hulk again. So 2 damage. So we're down to 1. So we can't attack directly. It's okay. Because what we are going to be playing is way more cool. We're going to use this tag team to deal 2 damage. Get rid of this weapons runner. We are going to use 1, 2 in our helicarrier. And we are going to play Mockingbird, which is going to stun the villain. Mockingbird will remove a threat. Take a damage. All right. I am then going to use Hellcat's ability to bounce her back to my hand. And then I'm going to spend 3 to replay Hellcat and remove 2 threat. It's back down to 1. Since the villain is stunned, I want to punch him, but the retaliate would kill me. So I'm going to flip down and recover, go to 6. And then next turn, I'm going to add this, and then I'm going to be able to punch him while he's stunned. And that's going to do a lot of damage. All right. 2, 4, and 6. Ah, that's what I was looking for. All right. We're going to add 1 threat because we're going to object to 1. So the main scheme is going to 2. And then he's going to scheme for 2 plus 1 is 3. So that's going to go back up to 5. There we go. Goes to 5. And then the encounter card is Exhaustion again with us. I keep getting exhausted. And it's just the RNG, right? All right, we're not going to give him the plus 10 because we're going to use Hellcat and Mockingbird to get rid of the 10. All right, we're going to draw a card. We could stand up here. We're going to use Chase Them Down to remove 2 threat. And see, like, I'm doing all this stuff in Alter Ego. It's crazy good. I'm going to use the action to bring back Hellcat to my hand. I'm going to spend an energy and this. I will play Hellcat again. I'll remove 2 threats. And then she'll take the damage. I'm going to spend 1 and 2 to play the combat training on myself. And I'm going to keep this. And like I said, I'm going to stay in Alter Ego because I don't need to go up. 2, 4, and 6. There's my split personality. We get an extra encounter card. Let's go. We're just basically toying with the villain right now. Because we have everything we need to be, to just punch for days. Now we're going to be punching for 8. And then we get our 1-2 punches back too. So if we draw into them, 2, 4, 6, then we can do a lot of daños. Okay, we'll ready all of our stuff. Hellcat. So this is really what I want to show because a lot of people don't like the She-Hulk Precon. They're like, oh, it's not good. Like, what are you talking about? 1 threat's going to go on. It's going to go to 2. And then he is going to scheme for 2 plus 2 is 4. So that's going to go to 6. Not 26, just 6. All right. And then 2 encounter cards. First one is a melting guy. Second one is find another dude. All right. So let's go find some dudes. All right, we're going to find the radioactive guy. Why not? He's annoying. All right, so 3, 4, 5, 6. Man, so good. All right, I'm going to draw a card. Relentless Assault. All right, we can definitely kill some stuff here. We're going to spend 2. We're going to play another superhuman strength. All right. We're going to use Hellcat to remove 2 threat. That's going to go to 4. We're going to use a ground stump while we're in alter ego to remove another 2 threat. So crazy good. All right, we're going to flip up. Do you even lift, Klaw? Take 2 damage. Down to 12. He's still stunned. I'm going to take 2 damage and draw 2 cards. Ah, rats. I was really hoping to get my 1-2 punches, and I didn't get them. Okay. What do we do? Okay, we could just spend 2 for the tenacity. I think that's what we're going to do. Check this out. This is so good. This is why She-Hulk is just amazeballs. We're going to spend 2 for tenacity. And then we are going to punch the radioactive guy for 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We can't confuse him. So this is going to go here. We're going to use Helicarrier 1, 2 to do a split personality. Ready. Flip. Draw 6. 2, 4, and 6. Oh my god. I guess I'm just going to use all of this stuff. But we're going to bring Hellcat back to our hand. We're going to spend 3 resources to play her back. And then she'll remove the last threat. So good. We're going to use both of our tack teams for 4. And Mockingbird's going to go away and take care of Melter. All this while I'm in alter ego. And we're going to spend 2. And I think we're just going to put down Hulk. And we'll just keep Hulk there for a big finish. That's 3 turns in alter ego, guys. And still no threat, side schemes, getting exhausted. 2, 4, and 6. Ah, there's a 1-2 punch. All right. That's what we want. We want to be able to get rid of him. All right. Now we're just playing. And it's, okay, so we're at 6 health. We might have to get rid of that. All right. He's going to place 1 threat on the main scheme. We're going to object. It's going to 1. I'm at 6. He's at 12. All right. And he's going to scheme for 2 plus 0. There's the advance. Oh, man. Cheese mode. It's going to go to 3. Main scheme is now at 3. Just don't press stop. That's the 3. And then my encounter card is Masters of, again, discard until we find a Masters of Evil guy. Here he is. All right. And there's another acceleration. So, again, this is not even... I'm not even worried. All right, I'll draw a card off our mansion. It's a power of aggression. All right, we're going to pitch... Oops, this should ready up. This should be ready up. All right, we're going to thwart for 2 with Hellcat. She's used. I'm going to... Do I use the Gamma Slam? Nah. I'm going to use Helicarrier and Power of Aggression to play Tigra. She'll remove the last threat from Masters of Evil. She'll take a damage. Okay, do I have more than 3 allies? 1, 2, 3. I don't. All right. I will then... Okay, do I want to recover here? So I'm going to be taking a bunch of damage. So if I recover and then I just stand up with tenacity, then I have a lot more room. So I'm going to recover for 5. So I'll go to 11. All right, I'm going to flip up. And when I flip, I'm going to deal 2 damage to Klaw. He's down to 10. I'm going to take 2 damage. I'm going to go down to 9. I'll draw 2 extra cards. Oh my god, this is so good. Oh, we have another 1-2. Oh, it's so good. All right. We're going to use Uppercut to use the tenacity so we can ready up. All right. This is where we're going to have some fun. Daddy going to have some fun. All right. I am going to punch for 8. Get rid of the Whirlwind. I am going to use a First Aid to 1-2 punch. So I'm going to ready up. The villain is stunned, so I am going to punch him for 8. He is down to 2. I will take a retaliate. I will go down to 8. And because I played 1-2 punch, I get to ready. I'm going to use my tag team to deal 2 damage. Defeat Klaw. He gets a tough. I am going to use my other tag team to get rid of the tough. So both my tag teams are gone. I've used them as much as I could. All right. So good. All right. I am going to then punch him for 8. And then I'm going to 1-2 punch and punch him for 8 again. So 16. I will take 2 retaliates. And 22 minus 16. He's down to 6. All right. Boom. Let's go. And he's stunned. Now the only card that kills me is if he manages to scheme out. There's 1 advance here. Is there another advance? Oh yeah, both advances are gone, so there's no chances of him scheming out. Maybe I'll get Shadows of the Past here, and we'll see what happens. Maybe we'll have Hulk do the final pull. We have 2 cards. We finished with a Gamma Slam. Oh, let's just do it. Let's just finish this off with a Gamma Slam. All right. Oh, we have another 1-2 punch. Ha ha, let's go. I love She-Hulk. All right, this is going to go to 5. He's stunned. We get 1 card. Shadows of the Past. There you go. It doesn't even matter. All right. Shadows of the Past. Titania with a personal challenge. All right. There we go. We knew it was coming. We'll shuffle this, but it really doesn't matter. We'll draw a card off of our Avengers Mansion, which is a power of red. We'll take 2 damage and draw 2 cards. So that's 1. Get an encounter card. Again, doesn't matter because we are going to win this right here. We're going to go down to 4. So we draw a second card, which is another power of. All right, here we go. We're down to 4. And then main scheme is at 5. All right, here we go. We're going to punch Titania for 8. Because we can't trigger our thing, it doesn't work. We're going to use a ground stomp to do a 1-2 punch to ready up. I got my Gamma Slam right here, baby. I don't even need to ready. I was just thinking about it. I don't even need to ready. Because Gamma Slam is just an event. All right. Tigra is going to remove a threat from the personal challenge. We're going to bounce Hellcat back, pay 3. And then she'll remove the last threat from personal challenge. That's right. We got rid of that. Tigra's done. She's done. All right. Do we just use Hulk to do 3 plus 2? All right. Hulk's going to punch. He wants to get... Hulk's going to do 3 and then 1 damage to everything, which is going to kill Tigra. Deal a damage to Hellcat. Deal a damage to She-Hulk. Deal a damage to him plus 3. So he's Claw's down to 2. I'm down to 3. And then let's do this. Gamma Slam! There you go. And then minus 10 on the villain. So, no, it's actually minus, I'm at 12. So it goes to negative 9. Oh, man, there you go. So as you can see, She-Hulk, I did make the game last a little bit, but this is what you people need to see, or the new players need to see when they look at She-Hulk, and this is why she is such my favorite character. The new ruling that says unless you... Oh, yeah. And now, technically, because I did an attack, this would normally stun the villain, because as soon as it says after you attack, stun. So I would have lost this, but because I defeated him, this still stays. So it's still good. So that's the only thing you got to be careful with Hulk. Or She-Hulk is these superhuman attacks. It's after you attack. So even if you use an attack event, it's going to stun the minion, or it's going to stun somebody. So if you use an uppercut, you're dealing 5 damage. And then if the villain is still there, you're just going to stun him. All right, same. But the only good thing is if you get a relentless assault and you kill the minion, then you can kind of save yourself from that. So there you go. So now you saw She-Hulk. You see exactly what I'm talking about. When you want to go down to Alter Ego, I spent like 4, 5, 6 turns in Alter Ego, drawing the extra hands. You really want to play that into that split personality. It is so good. Even with all the accelerations, even with all the side scheme, being exhausted, it doesn't matter because She-Hulk has so much control in her kit. It is uncanny. And once you get those focus rages, Avenger, look, and this is just with the pre-con cards, like just her kit et al. Just between these 2 cards, it's minimum of 4 threat removal per turn. 4 threat removal per turn. That's insane. In solo, it's insane. So this is why She-Hulk is my favorite character. Now let's go check out what Black Panther can do. I hope you enjoyed this. If you have any questions, please feel free to write them in the comments. All right, for the protection box. All right, so this one's kind of weird. Black Panther in protection. The cards that they give us an armored vest, Indomitable, which allows you to ready after you defend. Luke Cage, who's just a big beefy guy with toughness. So you have a lot of resources. So Black Panther really wants to focus on his upgrades. So there's like 4 upgrades, kind of like the Iron Man character, but you have 4 different parts of his suit. And you have these Wakanda Forevers that will trigger the suit. And so basically you want to get as many of these parts on the table as quickly as possible. So that should be your main focus, especially if you want to have these big Wakanda turns and do maybe 1 or 2 every turn. All right, so we're going to set up Expert Klaw again. So we have the main scheme. We have Klaw. Whoops, I forgot to flip him. So there he is. And then we have... I'm going to just discard until we find our first minion. All right, and then we're going to get... we're going to get the radioactive clown. All right, so that one is a little bit annoying because when he attacks, he makes us discard a random card from our hand. So he's definitely a priority to kill on as soon as possible. All right, so double resource, Wakanda Forever, double resource, a 0 cost event, and a blocking bird. Okay. Yeah, so a lot of doubles, as you can see. So I think we're going to pitch one of our double greens. We're going to pitch 3 cards. And then we're going to draw another double, an Avengers Mansion, and another double. Wow. So one of the things is the king is rich in resources. So he gets an upgrade. So we can get whatever upgrade we want. This one, the Vibranium Suit, it moves a damage, 2 damage if it's the final step. So all these things about being the final step and everything. But the first one you probably want to go get is the Panther Claws. That's the damage one. Depending on the scenario you are in, you probably want something around that. All right. So first things first, we're going to spend 4 resources and we're going to play an Avengers Mansion. So obviously we have tons of resources and then we're going to exhaust to draw 1 card. We're going to play a Vibranium and an Indomitable. We're going to play the Mockingbird, but we're not going to stun the villain. We're going to stun this clown because that guy, we don't want to discard anything from our hand. And then finally, we're going to use our last Vibranium to put the Panther Claws in play. So unfortunately, we did see all of our double resources on the first turn, which is terrible, but is also pretty cool because we did get to manage a bunch of things. We are going to start and we are going to remove the threat. Remember, the first thing you want to be doing is getting rid of those side schemes. So we're going to thwart for 3 together, get rid of the Immortal Klaw. And that is going to lower his health by 10. So the villain will now go to 18. There you go. All right, so as far as turn 1s go, that was pretty bitchin'. All right, 2, 4, and 5. So here we have our first Wakanda Forever. And then we can even play Black Widow, which will allow us to get rid of the defense network. Or we can play our energy daggers, which has allowed us to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 damage. We'll be able to do all 7 damage if we do our energy daggers and our Wakanda Forever. And we can even defend and do all of our stuff. So that's actually pretty good. So we're going to do that. We're going to add 1 threat to the main. Klaw's going to attack us for 1. We're just going to take the hit because we have Retaliate. He's going to hit us for 3, and then he gains a tough. But because we have Retaliate, the tough is going to go away. We're going to take the 3 damage, so we are going... Oh, wait, we're going to add the 1 threat on the main. Yeah, I'm going to do it like this so I don't forget. 1 threat on the main, and we took 3 damage. We are down to 8. And then he won't attack. His stun will go away. And then hopefully it's not a gang up. Masters of Mayhem, which is the same as a gang up. We're going to get attacked for 1. He's going to take 1, but we are going to lose one of our cards at random. So if it's our Wakanda Forever, that sucks. And it's our med team, we don't really care because then we still get to do what we want. We're going to draw our extra card. Oh, which is a Senor Fury. Oh, man. But even though we could play Nick Fury here, I think what we are going to do is we are going to spend 2 to play our energy daggers. All right. And then we are going to use Nick Fury to do Wakanda Forever. Even though I kind of want to play, I wanted to play the Nick Fury. But if I didn't lose the card, I would have. And then I would have able to draw 3 cards, maybe play my Wakanda Forever anyway. But what we are going to do is Wakanda Forever. So we're going to do this one first. We're going to deal, this is going to be the first part. So choose a player. We'll choose ourselves. Deal 1 damage to the villain and each enemy engage with that player. So that is going to deal a damage to Klaw and a damage to this guy. Oh, yes. And then I did get the retaliate on him. All right. So, and I did take an extra damage from that I forgot. So I'm going to deal 1 damage to Klaw. He'll go down to 17. And then I'll deal 4 damage to him. So he's going to go down to 6. Now, this force response, after he attacks you, discard a card at random, will not trigger if I kill him with my retaliate. Because it's the how the steps go. So that's going to work. And then we're going to go remove 2 threat, remove 1 threat. And now we have gotten rid of the defense network and we are flying high. We are at 7 health there, so we got to be careful. But we do have Blocking Bird that's going to do the blocking for us. Golden City, which is perfect because that will allow us to draw some extra cards. And a Helicarrier. So that is our hand size. All right, the 2 threat is going to go here. Main goes up to 2. So as you can see, a lot of control here. We're going to use Mockingbird to defend. He's attacking for 3 and 4. Mockingbird will be defeated. So you see how I used her twice before sacrificing her? That is a very important strategy to use with allies. Try to use him a couple times and then sacrifice them. He is going to attack me for 1. I'm going to take 1. I'll go down to 6. And because of retaliate, I defeat him. So this will not trigger because it's after he attacks, but he is dead. So that force response doesn't happen. Then we get 1 encounter card, which is an Armored Guard. All right, those are annoying, but what can we do? All right, we're going to Avengers Mansion, draw a card. It is a Haymaker. It is not the best card, but what we are going to do is we're going to use our Helicarrier and our Haymaker for 2. We're going to play down the Golden City. We're going to ready that up. We're going to thwart for 2. So the main is going to be down to 0. And then we're going to go back to Alter Ego form. We're going to use the Golden City to draw 2 cards. 1 and 2. That's really good. And we are going to use Ancestral Knowledge with one of our Wakanda Forevers. So we're going to pay for that. And this says, choose up to 3 different cards in your discard pile and shuffle them into your deck. So we're going to bring back a Wakanda Forever. We're going to bring back a Vibranium. And we're going to bring back Senor Nick Fury. And we're going to shuffle all 3 cards. And that is really solid. Back into our deck. All right. Then we're going to spend 2 resources. The Med Team and the Power of Protection. Now, I could have just played this and this. It's not super necessary right now. I don't really need to recover that much because I already have a lot of control on the game. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to spend 2 and I will play Shuri. And Shuri says after she enters, look for an upgrade. So this can be any upgrade. So it could be the Armored Vest. It could be the Tenacity, any upgrade. But we're going to go get our Vibranium suit. We're going to try to complete the loop because we already have 2 of our equipments there. Now, we don't have any more cards to play, so we're going to ready up. And Shuri can just punch for 1 and get rid of the tough. And then when we do attack, we'll be able to kill this guy. All right. Everything's ready. These don't exhaust. So there we go. 2, 4, 6 cards. Ah, nice. Okay, so this is going to be very fun. It's going to be a very sexy turn. Because we're going to draw 2 extra cards, 3 extra cards. So we'll be able to have all of our suit down and play our 2 Wakanda Forevers. Let's go. Okay, so the main scheme is going to go to 1 threat. Then it's going to scheme for 2 plus nothing. He comes into play. So that's going to go to 3 to 4, and it stays at 4. So the threat goes to 4. And then encounter card is, of course. So this is typical for my games. So you will see that I will always, almost always get Shadows of the Past. It is almost uncanny how often I get that card. So there we go. So we're 2 for 2 so far in our 2 games. But I just want you to know that, look, it's not the end of the world, even if you get your Shadows of the Past. So my Nemesis says he cannot take damage from Black Panther upgrades. And there is 3 threat per player here. That's okay. We're going to draw 3 cards. 1, 2, and 3. We are going to flip up. We're going to spend 2 for our Vibranium suit. We are then going to spend 2 for our Tactical Genius. And then we're gonna go ham, and we're gonna start Wakanda Forever! All right, so our first Wakanda Forever, we have to order these in a proper way. So what we're gonna do is first of all, we're gonna do energy daggers. We're gonna choose a player, again, us, we'll deal a damage to the villain. As you can see, the damage is always the last thing I worry about. So he goes down to 16, and 1 damage to each enemy engaged with me. 1, 1. But he says he cannot take damage from Black Panther upgrade. So that doesn't work. Then what we are going to do is we are going to remove 1 threat from a scheme. So we're going to remove the 1 threat from here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, the main should be at 4 threat. I almost forgot. Oh yeah, the main is at 4 threat. Okay, I just forgot to write it. Okay, so that was my second part. And then I am going to deal 2 damage to the armored guard using my Panther claws. And then I am going to move 2 damage from myself to the villain. So Klaw is going to go down to 14. And I'm going to go up to 8. All right. Then I'm going to do this again. Wakanda Forever! All right, so the second Wakanda Forever, I'm going to change my order of things. I'm going to deal 1 damage to the villain. He'll go down to 13. 1 damage to every minion, so that's going to get rid of this guy. He cannot take damage. I am then going to deal 2 damage to Klaw. He'll go down to 11. I'll move a damage from myself to Klaw. I'll go back to 9. And then Tactical Genius will remove 2 threat from Usurp the Throne. So that gets rid of that card. All right. Then I'm going to thwart for 2 off the main scheme. And Shuri will deal the damage to Killmonger. There you go. Then we got all of our stuff ready. Now that was a sexy Black Panther turn. All right, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we have a first aid, a get behind me that can cancel the treachery for the villain attacking us. We have an Indomitable, which is fine. Oh wait, we have 5 cards, Steve. Ah, there it is. I was playing a lot of Hulk, and I was so used to the 4 hand size, and She-Hulk with 4 hand size. I was like, yeah, I have a lot bigger hand size here. 1, I'm going to use Shuri to defend. That's going to still deal me a damage. 1 damage to Shuri, 1 damage to me. 1 threat on the main scheme, which is going to go to 3. And then 1 damage to me, go to 8. And then she gets defeated. And then Killmonger is going to attack me for 2, but he takes a retaliate. So I'll go down to 6. And then my encounter card is Exhaustion and Surge. That's annoying. And then Klaw's going to attack me. And if he deals damage to me, it's going to add a threat. So he's going to attack me for 3. And 1 is 4. So that's going to add a threat. I'm going to go down to 2. And the threat is going to move to 4. All right. Okay. We're going to draw a card off our mansion. It's an emergency. We might keep that. I think first things first. The first things first. We are going to use Get Behind Me to play Wakanda Forever! I feel like it's the card that we keep playing over and over. So we're just going to deal 1 damage to Klaw. He'll go down to 9. I'll remove a threat. Just 1. I'll deal 2 damage and move 2 damage. So that Klaw is going to take 4. So 9 minus 4 is 5. And I'm going to heal for 2. Go to 4. All right. I am then going to use my ability to go down to Alter Ego, and I will use the Golden City to draw 2 cards. Ah, there he is. And then we are going to do 4 for Nikki McFury, who is going to come in and deal 4 damage to Killmonger. So see, this is one of the instances where Nick Fury, there's no point of me using him for card draw. I'm gonna shuffle anyway. But then he can remove 2 threat from the main, take a damage. So now I have complete control. I will use my Indomitable to do a first aid on myself. So I will go to 6. And the main scheme is down to 1. So that is very, very good. And then we'll keep our emergency. We're going to get our Luke Cage. We get an extra encounter card because we have decked out. All right. And then we will have our 9 card hand size. And then we should probably be good. 2, 4, 5, and 6. We got our Wakanda Forevers. And then we're just going to cycle all this nonsense. He's going to scheme for 2. Add 1 threat. That goes to 2. Schemes for 2 plus 1 is 3. So that goes to 5. Main scheme goes to 5. There we go. And then 2 encounter cards. So the first one is his Sonic Converter. And the second one is Master Plan. All right. So he's going to find a side scheme. I think there's 1 left. There's 1 I didn't see. It's going to be the last card probably. No. So we went through it. So that just means now we have an acceleration token. So because we couldn't find one, that's it. We shuffle the deck, get an acceleration. So we're on a clock. Nick Fury gets discarded. And we'll probably just get rid of his Sonic Converter because that's not fun. All right. We're going to draw 2 cards. 1 and 2. We got another Wakanda Forever. We're going to draw another card. It's a Vibranium. Oh, look at that. Look at that. I told you we got a lot of resources. All right. We have how much health? There's 5 threat on the main. Klaw's at 5 health. All right. We are doing really good here. We are going to flip up. And we are going to spend 3 resources. So the Vibranium gives me whatever, and lightning. So it's going to be a mental, physical, and this. We're going to get rid of this Sonic Converter. Easy cheesy. Lemon squeezy. We're going to spend 3 to play Black Widow. She is going to remove 2 threat and take a damage. And then it's time for the Wakandan train. Wakanda Forever! All right, so we're going to Wakanda Forever. First things first is we're going to we'll deal 1 damage and remove 1 threat. We will deal 2 damage and move 2 damage. So that's 5 damage total. So we removed 1 threat. Main scheme. All right, so the villain takes 5 damage. So he's going to go to stage 3. He's going to get 22 health. He's going to have a tough status card. We're going to heal for 2. So we'll go back up to 8. And the main scheme is down. And then we're going to do it one more time. Wakanda Forever! All right. So with the Wakanda Forever, we are going to start with... actually, we don't even need to worry about threat. So we're just going to Tactical Genius. Bring down the main scheme to 1. It's back down to 1. Wow. All right. We're going to secondly deal 1 damage to get rid of the tough. We're going to move 1 damage from us to the villain. We'll go back up to 9. The villain will go to 21. And then we'll finish off with the Panther claws and deal 4 damage to the villain. He will go down to 17. And then we will attack for 2 and bring him down to 15. All right, another very, very sexy turn. 1, oh my gosh, 2, 3, 4, and 5. All right, so we got some Wakandaing to do again. I think this is going to be pretty it for Klaw. The main scheme is going to go to 3. We're still on the first stage of the main scheme. Klaw's going to attack us for 2. We're just going to take the hit. He's going to attack us for 4 for 5 damage. Ouch. So 5 damage. We're going to go down to 4. And he will take a retaliate. So he'll go down to 14. And my encounter card is an Armored Guard. All right. So those guys are a little bit annoying, but there's nothing we can worry. We don't have to worry about those. All right, we'll draw a card with our Avenger Mansion, which is a it's a Helicarrier. Do we just do this? We could just heal and then... Yeah, we could do that. We'll spend 3. We're going to play the med team just because we have it. It's got 3 counters on it. All right. And we don't really need the resources. So let us start. We are going to start with Wakanda Forever! We'll deal 1 damage to the villain. He's down to 13. 1 damage to each minion. We'll remove 1 threat. We will deal 2 damage. Oh, yeah. We'll just... Yeah. Unfortunately, we're kind of wasting damage here. We'll move 1 damage from us. Actually, we'll deal 2 damage. And then we'll move 2 damage. So we'll heal for 2. And we'll go to 6. And then we'll get rid of the guard. And then we'll med team once to go back to 8. And we will punch for 2 to bring the villain down to 11. And then we have this double resource we don't really need. We have Black Widow in case he does something silly. And then the main scheme is at 2. What do I have? The main scheme at 3, so it's going to go down to 2. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have another Wakanda Forever. So every turn we did the Wakanding. And then we have a Haymaker. So that's 6 damage, 7 damage, 8, 9, 10 damage. So we have enough to kill him. All right, here we go. We're going to add 2 threat. It's going to go to 4. He's going to attack us for 2. So the main scheme is going to go to 4. And then we're at 8, so we're just going to take the hit. So he's going to attack us for for 4. Wow, 5, 6, 7. Wow, he is fighting back. So we go down to 1. That came close. Go down to 1. And the villain's going to go down to 10. And then the encounter card is Immortal Klaw. So he's going to go up to 20 health. But we're going to get rid of that in a second. So we'll draw our last card. And it's another Wakanda. And it's game over. All right. So we're going to do this first. We're going to go 1. And that's just beautiful to finish this off like this. Wakanda forever! 1 damage to the villain. He's down to 19. 1 threat. We'll move 1 damage. 18 will go up to 2. And then we'll deal 4 damage to the villain. He's down to 14. And then we'll use Black Widow to remove the Immortal Klaw. And then he's going to go down to 4. And then let's finish this with style, baby. We're going to heal for 2. I want to try to be as high as we can. So we'll go to 4. And then we'll heal for another 2. Go to 6. With our med team. Black Widow has been defeated. And one last time, baby cakes. Wakanda forever! 1 damage to the villain. He's at 3. Remove 1 threat. Move 1 damage. He's down to 2. I go back up to 7. And the Panther claws. And Klaw is defeated. So there you go. What do we say about Black Panther? So with Black Panther, as you can see, I got a really weird first turn with a zillion resources. I was lucky enough to get an Avengers Mansion out of it. There is times where you'll just have a dead hand, and that really sucks. But really focus on putting down those upgrades. What's something I'm going to say is don't be afraid again with Black Panther. Go to Alter Ego. Get those golden cities. Once you have it, take advantage of that +2 card draw whenever you can, especially if you play in different aspects like Justice or something like that. You can definitely always keep the main scheme very low and not be too worried. As you can see with all the resources, I would definitely say this is probably your least priority upgrade, the energy daggers. This is normally the ones I go get. I always get the Tactical Genius first. Just for threat removal. It's always good. So these are normally my first go-to. The Claws or the Genius, depending if I need to deal more damage or if I need to remove more threat. And the Suit, if I see I'm going to be taking... if there's a very heavy minion scenario, then I'll go with the Vibranium Suit and the Energy Daggers. The 2 damage to everything or just the move 2 damage can always be good. So again, depending on the situation and the villain you're facing... you want to be looking out at what to do. Like in this box against Ultron, Energy Daggers is definitely one of the ones you want to look into first. All right. Man, that was quick. Oh, it's another 30 minutes. All right, there you go. But I am also playing a lot slower than I normally do. So just to focus on a little bit more on game mechanics and stuff like that. Hopefully I'm going to a good pace where you guys can really follow. And let's go see our friendly neighborhood Spider-Man for the next game. All right, for the third hero of the core box, we have the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. His mechanic is pretty simple. He's all about evasion, defense. I'm surprised they didn't put this guy in protection because this guy in protection is a lot better. But Justice is also going to serve well for him because his stats are very low. So his scheme, his thwarting, is where he lacks the most. And that's where it's going to be the most difficult to remove threat. So we're going to have to make sure that we find our allies to help us deal with that. Now, one of his key items is his web tracer or something like that. I forget what it's called there. The web robot. I forget what it is. But you just put a spider tracer, and then that removes 3 threat when you defeat an enemy, so that can help clear a sky. And it's good because we start with an enemy on turn 1, so that's really good. His signature ally, Black Cat, is amazing to remove, to deal damage. She doesn't take consequence damage, so really, really good. So, and then his key cards is his Web Kick. That's 8 big damage for 3 resources. It doesn't have overkill or anything else, but definitely this character is all about, you know, his spider sense that triggers every time the villain attacks you, you get to draw an extra card, which is really good. So it gives you a hand size of 6. And then you just use those resources to kind of pull out some rabbits out of your bumhole, because Spider-Man could be the most challenging. All right, so let's find our first minion. And we'll shuffle the deck. We'll see if we get a big guy like last time. Okay, shuffle, shuffle, waffle. Let's see if we are 3 for 3 on Shadows of the Past. Oh, we get the this guy again. Ugh. So he's the 7 health minion, obviously. Oh, and for this, you're going to see a little bit different. These are Gen Con promos. So it's Energy, Genius, and they all have the Spider-Man art on it. So yeah, so you can look those up in at some of the local game stuff, or try to find them on eBay. I was lucky enough that somebody gave them to me. So I have those. I don't have those to give away, just the promos that I had. All right. So we're going to look at our opening hand. 6. Tenacity. Oh, there you go. There's the Genius. Oh, there you go. So Nick Fury, turn 1, can do 6 damage, and we can punch, and that's 7 damage. We get rid of this guy. And after we get rid of this guy, we can play this. We have a backflip, 2, 4, 5, and a Daredevil. Ooh. Okay, we have a lot of good stuff here. So as much as I want to play the backflip, it's such a good card. You prevent all damage. That's one of his key cards, really cool one. But getting it in your opening hand, it's not worth keeping. So I'm gonna draw. Oh, there's the Black Cat as well. Wow. And a Power of Justice. Okay, so this is what we got here. So he is a genius, so he gives us a free resource, a mental resource. So we're going to spend it right away. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, and the resource for 4, and we're going to play Senor Nick Fury. And Mr. Nick Fury, we are going to take the draw 3. So yes, 1, 2, and 3. Now, as much as I want that Avengers Mansion, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put 3 allies out on the first turn, which is just amazing. All right. Okay. So Nick Fury's out. I'm also going to spend a strength and a Power of Justice to play Daredevil. So that's really good. So getting two double resources on one turn. And then we're going to use our Avengers Mansion and our Web Shooter to play Black Cat. So that's 3 allies on the first turn. There's not that much better we can do. So we're going to go like this. Now, Black Cat has an enter the battlefield force response. After you play Black Cat, discard the top 2 cards of your deck and add each card with a mental resource to your hand. So Aunt May, which is sad, and a For Justice. So we don't get to keep that. Aunt May would have been really, really good for her milk and cookies, but unfortunately, we can't do that. All right, we're gonna go up. All right, now what we can do is get rid of both side schemes on turn 1, which is a very, very good first turn. Or we could do 2, 4, 6, 7 damage and get rid of him. But if we're gonna be playing smart, yes, we're going to lose a card, but we also get a card when he attacks us. So the smart play is thwart for 3, get rid of defense network. He'll take a damage. Thwart for 2. Sorry, so thwart for 2, and then deal a damage here, because after he thwarts, he deals a damage. And her, she takes a consequence damage when she thwarts. So that's going to get rid of Immortal Klaw. So again, that was a beautiful turn 1. Again, got lucky with the double resources. It won't always be like that. Sometimes there's harder choices to make. But that was a great first turn again for our heroes. All right. So villain will go down to 18. Okay, so we're going to draw up. We're going to draw 5 cards. So, Spider Tracer, Heroic Intuition. So that's the tracer that says when you eliminate one of the dudes. A backflip and a web kick. Well, there you go. That's some good stuff there. Okay, so we're going to add 1 threat on the main scheme. So the main scheme is going to go up to 1. Klaw is going to initiate an attack. So when he wants to attack, we're going to trigger our Spider Sense, and we get to draw a card. Oh, Jessica Jones. She would have also been good because she can remove 3 threat. Now she's not as good. All right. And then he's going to attack us for 1. For 1. Just for 1. Now we got lucky here as well with 1 damage. So we'll just take the 1 damage and go down to 9. I was going to say we could have put Nick Fury in front of... Actually, we should have put Nick Fury in front of it. Yeah, so let's just pretend we play smart. Nick Fury was going to take the hit anyway. So he's not even defeated. So he just... I'm going to take 1 damage from him. And I have to discard a random card. Please be Jessica Jones. Please be Jessica Jones. It's Jessica Jones. Oh, let's go. When you wish upon a star. And then our 1 encounter card is Master Plan. So we're going to look for a side scheme. And I think, did we already see one go by? Illegal. Okay, so there's 1 side scheme left. And that's going to go get another minion. Ugh. So we might actually get an acceleration on the first turn. Because he's going to deck himself out. Depends where that side scheme is. Yeah, that's brutal. Last card. So the last card triggers. We get an acceleration, but that's not it. Now, we also have to discard until we find another minion. We have to discard cards until we get another minion. So now you're really seeing the acceleration of... And it's not even a minion, it's a Masters of Evil guy, which is the melting guy. So already an acceleration on turn 1. So again, craziness. Nick Fury gets out. And that's what we got. All right. Whoo-hee. Okay. We need to do stuff. And okay, so we're gonna go. Man, we are in trouble. Our web kick, if we do it, oh, we have to kill this guy. All right, so 2. We thwart for 2. She punches for 1, so 3. That's 2, 1. Can I kill this guy? All right, we're just gonna do it. We're gonna go 1, 2, 3. We're gonna do a web kick, and that's spinning web kick. That's 8 damage. Right there. Okay, we're gonna keep our backflip. We're gonna punch for 2. We're gonna thwart for 2. Actually, we're gonna thwart for 1. Get rid of this acceleration. And then Black Cat and him are both gonna do some damage. All right, so it's already going up by 2 per turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, so we have an enhanced Spider Sense, which is really good, and we have our backflip. All right, so this is gonna go from 1 to 3. So the main scheme goes to 3 threat. Klaw wants to attack us. He's going to attack us, trigger our spider sense. We get to draw one card, which is our first aid, which is really good because now we can use Daredevil a couple more times, which is really, really good. So he's going to attack us for 1, 2, 3. For 3 damage, I'm just going to take the hit because it's not a lot. So I'll go down to 6. Then melting his guy is going to attack. I'm going to defend him for 3. I'm going to take 1, go down to 5. And then my encounter card is Caught Off Guard. It's going to surge because I don't have any upgrades or supports. Into Klaw's Vengeance. He will attack me again. Now that's amazing because I'm going to trigger my spider sense again, get a web shooter, and then he's going to attack me for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But because I kept my backflip, I'm going to flip out of the way, take no damage. And because I took no damage, what does it say? Where was the card? Klaw attacks you. If this attack deals damage, place 1 threat on the main scheme. So it didn't do any damage to me. Safe. All right. Now we have some stuff to do. We're going to spend Webbed Up. Now this card, you never want to play. It's just not good. To play a web shooter with 3 resources here. We are then going to use... Yes. We are going to use our web shooter for 1. Great Responsibility and Enhance Spider Sense. And we will play a Mockingbird, which will stun the villain. Then we will flip down to Alter Ego. And because in Alter Ego we have a mental resource, we will use that mental resource to heal Daredevil for 2. And then, Daredevil will remove 2 threats and take a damage. And he will deal a damage. Let's just deal a damage to this guy for 1. Black Cat is going to attack and deal a damage to this guy for 1. And Mockingbird will take a damage and remove the last threat from the main scheme. That's super good. Now we get our hand size of 6. 1, 2, 3, 2, 4, 5, and 6. We got our web kick. We have heroic intuition. And we have a surveillance team. So we have some resources. We got stuff to do. We are looking very good. This is 2 threat. He's still going to scheme for 2. Plus give himself a tough status card. So that is going to go to 4. Then this is going to go to 5. I'm going to put the main scheme up to 5. 5 out of 6. And then encounter card is Immortal Klaw. Oh, well, I was like, Immortal Klaw. Then we just defeated that. But it gets another acceleration and he gains that 10 health again, so he goes back up to 28. All right, so we're having trouble dealing the damage, but we should be good. And now we have 2 accelerations, and that is not good. Okay, I think what we're gonna do here, this should all be ready. I kind of forgot. All right. All right, so we have a free resource. So I think we're going to use that free resource and I can't save it. No, so if I want to do it, I got to do it now. That's kind of sad. That saddens me. All right, so let's do this. We're going to thwart for 2 with Daredevil. Let's get rid of the Immortal Klaw. We'll remove 2 threat from Immortal Klaw and deal a damage to Klaw right here. Then we're going to use our Power of Justice to do a surveillance team. That will come in with 3 counters. We're going to remove 1 to get rid of the Immortal Klaw and this acceleration. All right. And then he'll go back down to 18. All right. We're still at 5. We're good. Then we are going to... Oh, wait. Did I use Power of Justice for that? Oh, sorry. Wrong one. I was going to use my... I'll just use my Enhanced Spider Sense and my free resource. Yeah, that's going to be a lot better. And then I will flip up. I will use Power of Justice to give myself a Heroic Intuition. I will then... I need to remove more threats. I will then thwart for 2 off the main. So that gives me a little bit of leeway. I will punch with Black Cat for 1. I will punch with Mockingbird for 1, and I'm going to use my web shooter and a double to do a swinging web kick in Klaw's face for 8 damage. He's down to 10. All right, let's ready everything up. Now, the problem with the villain being stunned is I can't do anything about it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. All right, so we can play a For Justice that will remove most of the threats. That is going to go to 5. Yeah, the main threat is at 5. The villain is stunned. He wants to attack me, so I'm just going to defend with Mockingbird. And that is going to defeat her. And then our encounter card is an Assault. Klaw wants to attack us. That is going to trigger my Spider Sense into an emergency. And I will defend. And he's attacking me for 1, for 2. And I took no damage. All right, good stuff, Steve. All right. Let's start playing funsies. All right, we are going to use 1, 2, 3 cards to play a Helicarrier. So that's more resources on the table. I am then going to use the Helicarrier for 1. And do I just remove all the threat? I think I do. I think it's the best if I just do that. All right, I think that's what I'm going to do. I am going to use 1 and the surveillance team. So that's a mental to do For Justice. I remove 4 threat because I did use a mental. So there's a 1 left. I will then use my surveillance team to get rid of the last one. I think I'm going to save my Daredevil in case because he costs 4. So I'm going to ping for 1 and get rid of the melting guy. And I will flip down to Alter Ego. And then I will draw up. I get an extra card because I decked out. Now we might lose the main scheme here, which is okay because we have room. But after that, with my swinging web kick and everything, I think we should be good because we have a lot of resources on the table. And then we should be able to finish this off pretty quickly. 2, 4, 5, and 6. So there you go. So that's a Nick Fury. Draw 3 cards. And then we can just do a lot more damage. All right. We're going to add 2 threats. He is going to scheme for 2. Plus deal a damage to every hero. So that is still good. Main scheme goes to 4. Yeah, I haven't been doing a lot of Not 54, just 4. All right. And then 2 encounter cards. The first one is Illegal's Arm Factory with 4 threat. All right, we'll have to get rid of that. And a Weapons Runner. And an Armored Guard. All right, well, there goes our ways of dealing damage. So let's go. All right, we're going to use the resource, the Helicarrier for 3, and a double for 4. We're going to play Senor Nick Fury and draw 3 cards. 1, 2, and 3. Yeah, there you go. See, heart of the cards, baby. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. I was going to get my Daredevil back. I got my Daredevil back. I got my Daredevil back. All right. Unfortunately, we won't use Jessica Jones here. So we're going to use Jessica Jones to use a first aid on Daredevil. Daredevil will remove 2 threat here and deal a damage to this guy. Nick Fury will remove 2 threat from this side scheme and take a damage. All right. And what do we want to do? We're going to spend 1 to attach a Spider Tracer to this guy. Yep. So we use that. Okay, we're going to flip up. We're going to punch for 2. And 1 is 3. We're going to get rid of that Armored Guard and remove 3 threats from a scheme. So that goes back down to 1. And then we are going to use... All right, we're gonna use one of them. So we're gonna go 1, 2, and our web shooter for our final swinging web kick. That's another 8 damage for our guy. So threat is now down to 1. We'll do 8 damage. Klaw is down to 2. We're still at 5, so we're good. Klaw's down to 2. That's done. We just have this guy to deal with. Then we can finish him off next turn. We still got some cards on the table. We'll leave them there until we need them. And then 5 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. We're adding 2 threat. That is going to go here. The main is going to go to 3. Here we go. Not 13, 3. Man, I have trouble with the placing this stuff. Klaw wants to attack me. That's going to trigger my Spider Sense. I get to draw a card. Nice. Nick Fury is going to do the honors of blocking an attack of 2. And then he is going to get defeated. I'm going to take that chumpy attack of 1. I'll go down to 4. And then my encounter card is a Gang Up. But look out. Here comes the Spider-Man. So I'm going to use my great responsibility to trigger my Spider Sense. And I'm going to cancel this activation. That's not happening. So yes, I would have drawn an extra card, but I didn't want that. Okay. So now we're going to spend 2 resources for another surveillance team. And you see how I'm not using the other one for nothing? That's because I want to keep my deck as thin as possible. So if I don't have to use it, I'm not going to use it. I am then going to use the Power of Justice to do For Justice, which will remove all the threat from the main scheme. So that goes back down to 0. So see, a lot of control here. Daredevil, man, I didn't even need. I'm just gonna punch the. Do I just punch the villain? Nah, I'm gonna punch the villain for 2. So Klaw goes down. He goes back up to 22. Goes to 0. And then he gets a tough status card. I'm going to use a Black Cat to ping the tough off. She doesn't take consequence damage. There's no reason of using Daredevil right now. There's no threat on the main. So let's just have some fun and stay in hero form. And then we have Aunt May. So that she's going to be making up some milk and cookies. And then we have our big damage cards. All right, so we are very good. We saw the other 2, so we only have 1 left. But let's go. So the main scheme is going to go up by 2 because we still have that acceleration. Klaw wants to attack us. We're going to trigger our Spider Sense and draw a card. And this is the magic moment. Getting the backflip on the draw. Man, there's nothing better. So we're going to... And then we get to see how much damage he's going to do before we do this. So he's going to attack us for 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. But we're going to say, nah, sir. I am the Spider-Man. And backflip out of the way. And take no damage. We will take 1 damage from the minion. So I will go down to 3 health. And my encounter card is Masters of Mayhem. So I'm going to go find a dude. That is going to put a 2nd acceleration on the main scheme. So that means it's go time. So that card, it means I need to find a dude. And we're just going to get an easy dude. Which one is the easy dude? Melting guy is only 5. Yeah, I think we'll just get the melting guy. All right. Melting guy. Now it's going up by 3 a turn. So that's really scary. Okay. Daredevil will thwart for 2. And he'll deal a damage here for 1. Black Cat will finish off this weapons runner. What do I want to do, Steve? There's no more threats. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go Helicarrier for Justice, Tenacity for 3. And I'm going to do a web kick on Klaw for 8. So villain is going to go down to 14. And then I am going to punch this guy for 2. Just put some damage on him. I am then going to flip down. I'm going to use my mental to put down Aunt May. And Aunt May says, let's make some milk and cookies. And Spider-Man heals for 4. So that means I go back up to 7. Super good. And then we'll just finish this off next turn. We have an Avengers Man. We don't even want that because the extra card is pointless. We're just looking for damage. So 2, 4, 5, and 6. All right. So he's going to put 3 threat on the main. Then he's going to scheme for 3 plus this. I'm going to say emergency. So I'm going to interrupt that. And then when he schemes, it's from 1 less. So instead of 3, it's 2. So that is going to bring it down to 5. But he will scheme for 1, which is going to pop the main scheme and bring it to the 2nd stage, which means we have to discard. Oh, dude, my encounter card was shadows. If the main scheme didn't pop, my card was, that was another shadows. That was a 3 for 3 shadows. And then this guy comes in and he is going to scheme for 1 because it's still during the minion's activation. And then encounter card is an armored guy. So wow, Klaw's really setting up some defenses for me to do the stuff. All right, so the main scheme is at 1. It's stage 2B now. And it is at 1 threat. All right. Milk and cookies. We're going to go right back up to 10 with our hero. Bam. Okay. All right. We have a haymaker. We have a mockingbird. Okay. We have some stuff to do, my friends. All right. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to use our free resource, our helicarrier, and webbed up. And we are going to play Mockingbird, which is our third ally. And she is just going to stun the melting guy. So we don't really care about him. All right. Then we are going to flip up. And now we need to punch some people. Daredevil. Oh, I kind of want to keep Daredevil around. So Mockingbird is going to punch the tough off this guy and take a damage. Man, so many good cards on the field. I'm going to use a double for a haymaker that deals 3 damage to an enemy. We're going to get rid of this guard. We are, you know what? Yeah, Daredevil can just go. We're going to punch, because I think I saw my heal for 2, right? Yeah, it's already gone. Yeah, Daredevil will get rid of this guy. Actually, yeah, Daredevil will get rid of this guy, and he's going to be going away. And then Black Cat will remove the tough, and that's done. Spider-Man will punch him for 2. So Klaw is down to 12. The great responsibility. I'm going to keep this because then I can just use this to put the threat on my body instead. I will use this one to remove the 1 threat that's on. And then that is it for us. And then we should be able to finish this in a couple turns if we can get our damage cards, which we don't have right now. So we just need to find our damage. But we'll need to shuffle our deck. So 3 threat is going to go on. I'm going to use great responsibility to say no to that. I'll take 3 damage instead. So I'll go down to 7. That's one of the beauties of that card. Main scheme is still at 0. All right. The villain wants to initiate an attack. We're going to trigger our Spider Sense to draw another card. That's great. He's going to attack us for 2, 4, 6. And we are going to backflip out of the way. This guy is stunned, not doing anything. And then our encounter card is... Now he has Retaliate, which is okay. All right. We are going to punch the melting guy for 2, for 3. Get rid of this. We are going to use our helicarrier for a web shooter with 3 counters on it. So that's extra resources when we need it. We are going to use our Power of Justice for interrogation room. So when we defeat a minion, we get to remove threat. Oh, actually, no. I'm going to use the web shooter and the Power of Justice and the lightning. So a physical, lightning, and mental. And we'll get rid of his Retaliate. I'm going to keep my Spider Sense because I'm going to take 2 encounter cards here. So 1, 2, 3. I just need a spinning web kick. Let's go web kick, and we finish this off. All right, so we get an extra card. But we did go through our deck. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we can counter both cards that are coming out. Oh yeah, we had Mockingbird that could have dealt 1 damage. I forgot. So the villain is at 11. All right, and then she took a hit. All right, main scheme is going to go up to 3. Klaw is going to initiate an attack. We'll trigger our Spider Sense. Definitely not what we need. Let's just use Blocking Bird to defend the attack for 3, 4, 5. She's been defeated. And then 2 encounter cards. The first one is Sonic Boom. I'll just spend the resources because it doesn't matter. I'll spend 1, 2, 3. Physical, mental, and lightning. So that card doesn't happen. And the next one is an assault. Let's let it happen. Maybe I'll trigger my spider sense. It's a great responsibility. So that doesn't happen. And I will defend that attack for 3. And he's attacking for 2. For 3, I take no damage. All right. So there's 3 threat on the main. All right. I guess what we'll do, we'll use... Did we just pick up our... Did we put down an... No, we didn't. We'll use Great Responsibility for an interrogation room. We don't have anything. Actually, we'll just keep the Great Responsibility in case of threat. We'll just use this. We'll pitch our Spider Tracer. And we'll use Black Cat to deal 1 damage to the villain. He's down to 10. Oh, man, I just need my damage cards. I'll remove 1 threat. With this, I'll keep my Enhanced Spider Sense. Actually, yeah, we'll just do that. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4. Ah, where are my damage cards? All right, this is going to go to 5. Klaw wants to attack me. Triggers my spider sense. Still no damage. What do we do? He's attacking. Yeah, I don't have my backflip. Unfortunately, I think Black Cat is going to take the hit. Even though it's a free damage every time. I'll just defend. How much health do I have? I still have 7. So he's going to attack me for 2. Take a damage. 3, 4. So I'll take 2 damage out of that. I'll go to 5. The main scheme is now at 5. Not 35. And then encounter card is... Klaw wants to attack me. All right, you know what? It's going to trigger. I'm going to let it happen. Trigger my spider sense. Draw. Oh, come on. And I'm going to sacrifice Black Cat. For 4, 5 damage. Black Cat goes away. Man, oh man. I just need to get my stuff together. All right, we're going to use Strength and a Helicarrier to play Jessica Jones. I am going to use my Web Shooter and a Webbed Up to do 4 Justice. Remove 4 threat from the main. That goes down to 1. I'll use my last Surveillance team here to get rid of the last threat. Guys to 0. And then nothing. I'm just going to get rid of this, and Jessica Jones will deal 2 damage to Klaw. He's down to 8. If I can get my web kick, we can win. I'm just looking for my final damage card. Come on, baby. Yes. All right, we have it. So we win. And all right, so we're going to place 3 threat on the main scheme. And that's such a good finish too, because finishing it off with the best. So that goes to 3 on the main. He's going to trigger my spider sense when he attacks. I don't have my backflip, but we're going to just put Jessica Jones in front for 3 damage. She dies. Normally I wouldn't do that, but it doesn't matter. And then we got a radioactive guy, but it's okay. It's all right. Because we'll move in mysterious ways. And what we're going to do is we're just going to overpay for a swinging web kick. And then path dies. Yeah, there you go. So Shadows of the Past, we were lucky enough to have the main scheme pop when that happened. We could have defeated this and removed the last threat, but I think I was just looking for my web cards. We had a backflip next turn, a Nick Fury, so draw 3 extra cards, and we had it on the next one as well. All right, so there you go. So as you can see, Spider-Man definitely dependent on his damage cards, which are the web kicks. Those are really, really clutch. Also, you saw the backflip. You don't really need to keep it unless, you know, you're getting it on the villain's turn, which is always the best. It feels kind of bad to keep it in your hand. I could have played the webbed up, but the webbed up means he's not attacking me for 2 turns. So this is cool on a minion, because then the minion just sticks there, and then you can still get the card draw, and that's what you want from him. So again, this precon, very solid. Did take us a little bit more longer time here because again, Justice doesn't have as much damage output with the pre-constructed decks. But we still managed to get there. We still got rid of all the minions, mostly, except for the last one that came out. We still got there and did what we needed to do. So for Spider-Man, as you can see, once you get Aunt May, don't be shy to use your hit points as a resource. And then just don't be afraid to flip down and just have Aunt May bring you right back up to full strength with her chicken noodle soup. All right. The last color, we're going to go to Leadership after with Captain Marvel. And then we're going to round it all up with our friends Iron Man and go back to Aggression. All right, now we're up to Captain Marvel, and she is definitely the strongest character out of the core box because of all the innate card draw that she offers, especially in her alter ego. So this lady is all about energy, the energy resource, how you can use that energy to heal and draw cards. You can draw cards in hero form, in alter ego form. That is very good. She also has the most powerful ally in the core box, which is Spider-Woman, which when comes in, it confuses the villain. So that means you can flip down and do all these things without even worrying about the main scheme popping off. So very, very, very good as a character as a whole. And she has a triple resource, not 1, but 2 triple resources, which makes her incredibly powerful. So her mechanics is all about the draw, and then combine that with the leadership aspect, which obviously is the strongest aspect out of in the beginning core box, because allies are again extremely powerful. You saw that with my other games. Having those allies in play is just monumental. So let's see if we can have a really quick game here. So we're gonna find our minion. We get radioactive guy? No, melting guy. All right, melting guy as the first one. All right. Then we're going to shuffle our deck. And just put these cards in here. Let's go. I'm going to shuffle properly. Jesus. All right. I've been shuffling for an hour here, so. Playing cards. All right, this is a one-shot video. All right, we got Hawkeye. Now, Hawkeye is one of the super strong. He comes in with 4 arrows, and whenever an enemy comes in, bang, 2 damage to that enemy. Triskelion, which allows us to have more allies. Mockingbird, which can stun. Oh my god, are we getting all allies? Vision, who also uses energy resources. And there's a triple. Oh wow, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is a very strong opening hand. And then we get an extra card, so we can actually play Vision on turn 1, and then we can also play either Mockingbird or Hawkeye, which is very good. But we do need to remove the threat. So I think what we are going to do, we're just going to keep this hand. We're not going to go explore for anything better. This is really good. We're going to use our commander ability to draw an extra card, which is a crisis interdiction. That allows us to remove 2 threat and 2 threat if we have the aerial trait. And we'll see that in a little bit. We are going to move over into Carol Denver's form. We are going to spend 4 resources, and we're going to play the Vision. We're then going to spend the 3 resources. We've seen Mockingbird already a couple times, so we're going to switch it up, and we're going to play into the leadership cards. We're going to play Hawkeye. He comes in with 4 arrows, so that's very good. So what we are going to do here is we are going to start away, and we'll remove 3 threat from the Immortal Klaw. Right away, you see me get rid of that acceleration. It really slows the villain down. And the villain also loses 10 hit points, which is really good. That brings him down to 18. Hawkeye took a damage. All right, and then Vision here. If I had a lightning, he would get +2, so he can fight for 2. So I think what we're going to do here with Vision is we are going to just remove a threat, because we have cards that can just take that guy out. So we'll remove a threat from the defense network. All right. We're going to draw our 5 cards, a double. So this is good because, again, these are special strength and energy cards. 3, 4, and 5. Oh, so now we have recursion as well. Make the Call will allow us to bring us some allies if we lose them. Maria Hill allows everyone at the table to draw a card. So she's really good. She can draw, in a game of 4 players, she can draw 4 cards, 1 for each player. That's super strong. And then you have her die and bring her back with the Make the Calls. Very solid. All right, 1 threat goes on the main. We're going to take the hit for the first one. So we're going to take 2, 3, 4 damage. And then we're going to defend for our allies. 5, 6. So we took 6 damage already. All right, so that's 1 threat. And then we took 6 damage. Ouch. Don't worry about it. I'm not too worried. And counter card is... turn 1, baby. Shadows of the Past. All right, so like I told you, this is a card that appears very often for me. That's 4 threat on there. I'm not even worried about it. All right. So Yanrog has a force response. After he attacks, we place 1 threat on the Psych Magnetron. All right. So he's going to come into play. An arrow will launch and deal him 2 damage. All right. Well, let's see what we can do. We're going to spend 2 resources. We are going to play Maria Hill, which will allow us to draw a card. And then we have a Photon Blast. That's 5 damage. All right. So we are going to spend 1, 2, 3. We're going to use our Cosmic Flight as an energy resource, which is going to heal us for 1. We'll go to 7. And then we get to draw a card. It's our helmet that gives us +1 defense. But unfortunately, we have some stuff to do. So we're gonna sign Photonic Blast for 5 damage. We'll get rid of the melting guy. We are then going to use Maria Hill to remove 2 threats. Take a damage. We'll use Hawkeye and Vision. Fortunately, I didn't have any extra resources to get rid of this extra card. All right. We're going to draw 5 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So see, we have the Make the Call. We'll be able to bring back Maria Hill and do some more stuff. All right. This is going to go to 2. We are going to defend Klaw with Maria Hill. If the villain is making an undefended attack, there is not. It has been defended. So 1 damage on Maria Hill. He is going to attack for 3 and 1 is 4. I will take 4 damage. I will go down to 3. The main is at 2. There we go. Boom. And our encounter card is, can't be worse than the first one, an armored guard. All right, these guys are just annoying. Oh, yes, I forgot. He came in. Oh, so technically when he came in, he didn't even deal us a damage because he just died when he came in. So we're at 4. Bang, Hawkeye's arrow, and then bang, Hawkeye's arrow gets rid of the tough. All right. Let's start by playing Make the Call for Power of Leadership. Because we're paying for a blue card, we'll bring Maria Hill out. That is going to allow us to draw a card, which is an energy channel. Really fun card. All right. Maria Hill will remove the 2 threats from the defense network so we can finally get rid of it. I will spend an energy to channel myself to heal 1 and draw. Oh, Alpha Flight Station is so good. All right. I cannot not play that card. All right. I think we're going to sacrifice some characters here. I think Vision is going to deal 2 and Hawkeye is going to deal 1. We're going to get rid of Yanrog for 3. That's going to get rid of 2 of my really good allies, but it's okay. I am going to use this Photonic Blast to play the Alpha Flight Station. I will remove the 2 threat with my character. I will flip down. I will Commander draw a card. Oh, so good. I will throw down the Alpha Flight Station. Action. Exhaust. Choose and discard 1 card. Draw a card. 2 cards if you're Carol Danvers. So I draw 2 extra cards. And then for 2, 3, 4, I will play the Avengers Mansion. And that is very powerful because now I get 1, 2, 3, 4 cards. So kind of like Black Panther, I get a whole bunch of cards. Oh, man, look at this. So 2, 4, 5, and 6 cards. And we're going to use the emergency if ever we need it. So 1 threat goes on the main. So we haven't done any threat to the villain, but again, we dealt with a Shadows of the Past turn 1. He's going to scheme for 2, plus 2 is 4. That is going to bring the main scheme to 5 instead of 1. He schemes for nothing. And our encounter card is Sonic Boom. All right, so we're going to exhaust both of our characters. And now, if I couldn't exhaust all of my characters, I would have had to spend the resources here. But I didn't have to do that. All right, so I will exhaust the Avengers Mansion to draw a card. I will use my ability to draw a card. I will discard 1 card to draw 2 cards. So you can see how quickly this goes. I am then going to use a triple and a crisis interdiction for 4. I'm going to play Senor Nick Fury, and I'm going to draw 3 more cards. So 1, 2, and 3. Now see how much card draw I've done. Like this is my hand right now. It's insane. I will use an energy. I'll put down an energy channel, which allows me to store resources. I will then flip to hero form. I will use Nick Fury in a second. But first, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use Crisis Interdiction, a First Aid for 2, and an Emergency for 3. I'm going to play Spider-Woman. And that comes in, and she is going to confuse the villain. So the next time that she would want to scheme, that's not going to happen. I'm then going to spend... Oh, do I just keep it like that? Yeah. I am then going to spend a Photonic Blast to inspire my Spider-Woman. And then I'm going to pay 2. And now it would have been a lot better if I had all my people, but I am also going to lead from the front. So I will give a +1 attack and +1 thwart to all my characters. So now she can thwart for 4, which she's going to do. And he will attack for 3, which gets rid of this guy. All right, so all my guys have been used up. And we're going to ready everyone up. Ready, 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 ready. I draw 1, 2, 3. I deck out. So good. So the main scheme is now down to 1. So you can see how that character is just like, oh my god, I drew my deck on, I think we're on turn 2 or turn 3 already. There's Vision is back, 4 and 5. And now we're going to be able to use Vision for what he is meant to be. So we're going to inspire Vision, and we're going to do all sorts of cool things with him. All right, this is going to go to 2. Klaw's going to attack into Nick Fury for 2 and give himself a tough. That's annoying. He goes away, and then we have 2 encounter cards. First one is Medical Emergency. We will flip down and exhaust to get rid of it. And then the last one is Surge. Place 1 threat on the main scheme. So that is going to go here. And Surge gives us another card, which is Advance, but he is confused. So that does nothing. So see, we saved ourselves from that. We're going to use our Commander ability because it's our turn. The main scheme is at 3. I forgot to put that there. That's going to be at 3. The villain is still at full strength. And I'm at 5. All right, I'm going to draw. I have 2, 4, 5 cards. I'm going to draw with my Avengers Mansion. I'm going to draw with my Commander. I am going to discard a card, which is going to be a Photonic Blast to draw 2 cards. Nice. Okay. And we are going to flip up. All right. Maria Hill is going to die and get rid of that tough. We are then, my God, going to spend Energy Channel and Energy Absorption for 3, 4. We are going to play Vision. We are then going to use our Crisis Interdiction to play an Inspired on Vision. We are then going to spend 1 resource to give Vision +2 attack. So now Vision can attack for 4, +1 is 5. So we'll deal the damage. So Vision is going to attack twice for 5. So that is 10 damage to the villain. So he is down to 8. So there you go. See how quickly that goes down? And we are going to keep Spider-Woman as a blocker. But we are going to also spend 2 energies that we're going to store on this energy channel. And then we'll be able to do a big, massive Photonic Blast. And then, what does it say? Yeah, it's just a superpower that can do that kind of stuff. All right, hopefully we get our first aid. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We got Hawkeye back. We have our Make the Call, which can go bring her back. So we got some good options here. This is going to go to 4. Klaw wants to attack. We'll defend with Spider-Woman for 3. And then a dude comes out. So she gets defeated. We'll take the 1 damage from the minion. The threat is at 4. And then we'll take a damage from the minion. We'll go down to 4. And then our encounter card is Whirlwind. All right, so killing minions is not very hard for us. We'll draw a card. There it is. There's our first aid. Okay. First things first, we're going to use our Make the Call with our Energy Absorption, and we're going to bring back Spider-Woman. And that she's going to confuse the villain again. All right. We are then going to use Emergency to heal for 1, go to 5, and draw an extra card. It's a Crisis Interdiction. All right, we are then going to use a Crisis Interdiction to first aid our friend Vision. And then we are going to give Vision +2 attack. So he's going to hit for 5 again on the villain. So Klaw goes down to 3. Unfortunately, I can't get him ready. But Captain Marvel will remove the 2 threat. And Spider-Woman will remove the 2 threat. And then we are going to flip down. We're going to draw a card with our Commander ability, which is our Cosmic Flight. We're going to discard. I think we're going to get rid of Hawkeye and draw 2 cards. And then we have our Make the Call. Ah, man. I kind of want to keep that, but can we go get Maria Hill right now? We could get Maria Hill right now, bring her back, or we could wait, bring back Nick Fury. So we have a lot of options. So you see the amazingness that we can do, and just to keep recurring everything is just insane. So I think we're going to, you know what? Let's do our Cosmic Flight. Now we're just doing, this is why leadership is just the strongest aspect. We're just going to keep our hand. We'll pitch the Cosmic Flight to give him another energy counter because it's just an action, so we can do that at any time. We'll ready up. And since the villain is confused, we're not going to get... that's what we needed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. All right, so we got our Maria Hill for free. And then we can even get Nick Fury out as well and do some more stuff. Main scheme is going to go to 1. There you go. I brought it down to 1. Klaw is confused. Scheme for 1, scheme for 1. So that's going to go to 3. 1, 2, 3. And then our encounter card is an Assault, which will surge, because I'm in alter ego form, into an Armored Guard. All right, these guys, these armored guys. Always stalling, always stalling. All right. We are going to draw a card off of our Commander. Lead from the front. Oh my God. We're going to draw a card from the Mansion. A Power of Leadership. We are going to get rid of a Photonic Blast to draw 2 cards. Look at my hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 cards in my hand. It's incredible. We are going to flip up. I think what we're going to do is we're going to make the call. Yeah, we're going to make the call for Maria Hill. So Maria comes in, draws me another card. It's a double again. Oh my God. Okay, so we have a lot of options here. Maria is going to punch the tough off this guard. Take a hit. Spider-Woman is going to punch this guy in the face. Let's go. Oh, it's true, eh? I could have... All right. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to lead from the front first. All right. It's okay. I'm going to lead from the front. So all my characters are going to get +1 thwart, +1 attack. So that's me as well. But we did what we still needed to get rid of that. I think she'll get rid of this guy instead, and she'll go away. Because the guard is what's annoying. All right, we have 6 energy here. So we're going to do a energy channel for 6. Get rid of this clown. See how we're cleaning everything up. Then we are going to spend a strength to put down a Cosmic Flight. We are then going to use a Haymaker to heal for 1 and draw a card. We'll go to 6 and we'll draw another card. It's a tenacity, which is another lightning resource. We are going to use that lightning resource to give our friend here +2 attack. So he can attack for 5 for 6. But before we attack for 6, what we are going to do is we are going to punch Klaw for 3, and then he dies, goes to 22. And gets a tough. I am then going to spend 3 to play Mockingbird and stun him. Mockingbird will punch for 2 and get rid of the tough. And Vision will punch for 2, 4, 5, +1 is 6 on Klaw. So he's down to 16. Wow, so much value, so much value. All right. Here we go. Let's ready everything up. And then we're going to take an edit counter card because we have 2, 4. We deck out again. This deck is so strong. This is so powerful. So 4 and 1, 5. All right, we got more resources than we know what to do with. But that's okay. Because we move in mysterious ways. All right, this is going to go to 4. Main scheme is now at 4 threats. He is stunned. We will take 1 damage from that guy and shrug it off. And then we get 2 encounter cards. First one is a master plan. So we're going to look for a side scheme. I don't think there's any left. So again, lucky, we just get an acceleration. And the second one is his converter that he's never going to be able to activate because he's pretty much screwed right now. All right. Yeah, so he should be on stage 3. Okay, we'll use our mansion to draw 1 card. Oh, it's a get ready. Oh man, too bad we don't have that that other one. Do we have a lightning? Oh, we only have 1. All right. We're gonna use our Alpha Flight Station. We'll discard a card and draw a card. It's a photonic blast. All right, so let's do some damage. All right, first things first, we're gonna spend 3. Yeah, we're going to spend 3 for Photonic Blast. That's 5 damage to Klaw. He's down to 11. Because we use the lightning, we get to draw 1 card. Ah, there's the first aid. Ah, ratsy. Okay, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. What do I do? I think I know what I do. I'll use the Helicarrier to heal this character for 2. Maria Hill. I didn't do anything. I think I must have done something with Maria Hill. Yeah, so she'll remove 2 threat from the main scheme. And she'll die. And then she will... she can remove a threat as well. I don't even think I need to remove threat. It doesn't even matter. Yeah, so Maria Hill will actually punch for 1. Does it even matter? Yeah, she'll punch for 1. Claw's at 10. And if I get lucky, I can finish him off here. She'll punch for 2. He's at 8. I will draw a card from my commander ability. Yes, I will discard a card to draw. Oh, no, I already did it. No. All right. I will use Crisis Interdiction to pump him up. So he will punch for 5. So Klaw will be down to 3. And he'll take a damage. That happened, that happened, that happened. And we'll just get rid of all of this. We'll draw a fresh new cards. 2, 4, and 6. That's what we're looking for. We're looking for the get ready. And then we would have finished it. We were very close. Like 5 cards away. All right. Here we go. It's going to go up to 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So now we're going to discard until we find a minion. Both of these minions will scheme for 1, which will bring it to 2. So the main scheme is going to go to 2B. And there'll be 2 threat on it. Not 42, just 2. And then 1 encounter card. Again, twice in the same game. So that's going to surge into the melting guy. And then let's just finish this as a boss. I'll draw a card, so draw 1, draw 2. Oh, look at this. And we're going to clean everything. We're going to make the call to draw, discard to draw 2. Oh my God. All right, let's go. We're going to flip up. All right, let's do some stuff, Mr. Vision. We'll put down an energy channel. We are going to lead from the front. So all of our allies get +1 attack and thwart. So he's going to be +1. And then she's going to punch for 2. She'll get rid of this guy. And then she'll go away. Then we're gonna spend. So he's punching for 4. He's 4. He's gonna go for 6. We're gonna use Cosmic Flight to give him +2. So he's gonna punch for 2, 4, 5, and 6. So he's gonna punch for 6. Get rid of this guy. I'm gonna get him ready. He's gonna punch for 6. Get rid of this guy. He's gonna go away. And then I am going to, I could do it the other way, but I'll just Photonic Blast because it's a cool thing. I'll just do a 5 damage. I'll remove all the threat, so that goes back down to 0. And then I will do Photonic Blast for 5, draw a card, and win the game. Bam. Another one down. So as you saw, for this strategy, it was very easy. I never even stressed at all. The enough energy resources, the power play on Vision, maybe waiting 1 turn, being able to heal him, and then doing 12 damage with Vision. That's insane. Like I said, I didn't even need to kill the minions. I like to clean up. And then with this deck, it was just too easy. So Vision gets ready, pump. Very, very powerful. The recursion mechanic, again, super powerful with the bringing back of Maria Hills and all that nonsense. So there you go. And then we're down to our final. We're going to go back and visit Aggression. And so you can see all 5 heroes just take on Expert Klaw and just cleaning house. So this was her, Captain Marvel. Definitely the powerhouse, especially in multiplayer, because she can give the card to anyone. She can heal, she recovers. So you saw the strategy with her is basically put some allies down and have some fun. And if you're playing, what's another option? We'll talk about that later. But now let's go check out what Iron Man can do. All right, for our final hero of the core box, we're going to go revisit Mr. Tony Stark Iron Man. Now, his mechanic is very simple. You want to build his upgrades. So he's got some tech upgrades that you want to find as quickly as possible. Like his rocket boots and stuff like that, and then his power gauntlets. So what happens is when he is in Iron Man form, he gets +1 hand size for each tech upgrade you control to a maximum of 7. So you can get up to 7. So obviously the biggest hero hand size for all of the core set box. So that's really impressive. And all you need is all his technology. Now you have to find it, and then there's ways to dig through his deck to try to find as many pieces as possible. So this is what we're going to be looking for. Iron Man. After that, once Iron Man is set up with his with all his tech and he is fully armored, taking care of business is just going to be second nature. So let's see what Klaw is going to put up against us. Let's see if we could go 5 for 5 with Shadows of the Past. Because again, the Spider-Man, we narrowly evaded it because of the scheme. So that was just funny. But yeah, so I think that was perfect for this video. Seeing how often I can get that card. And the turn 1 last game was brutal. All right, so we get a little punching bag, weapons runner for our first minion. All right, we're going to shuffle our deck. All right, let's go and see what we get. All right, we're going to draw 6 cards. 1, 2. All right, Arc Reactor, that is definitely one of the better ones we get because it gives us a ready and a double. A second piece of armor. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And a double resource. We're going to pitch these 1, 2, 3 to see what we can find. Another piece of armor. 2 and 3. So we have 3 pieces of armor, which is amazing. And so far, we'll be able to put all 3 down. So that is, again, extremely lucky. Most of the time, you'll get 1 or 2 pieces on your first turn. So we'll use this Futurist ability to put 1, 2, 3 cards. We don't need the other. We could just keep the double. We'll keep the double resource, so that gives us 2 doubles. So what we are going to do is we're going to spend 2. We'll play our Arc Reactor. We're going to spend 2 to play our Power Gauntlets, and we're going to spend 1 to play our Reactor Boots. So ready, ready, ready. And because we are super ready, and even if we're not, I still would have went down to Alter Ego for the first turn. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to flip into Iron Man. We're going to spend this as a mental. Oh, yeah, we get +1 health. So now we're going to go up to 10 health. We're going to use this to give ourselves the aerial trait. So our Power Gauntlets, instead of dealing 1, will deal 2 damage. Get rid of this guy. We're going to remove 2 threat from the Immortal Klaw. We'll exhaust the Arc Reactor to ready ourselves. We'll exhaust this to remove the last threat. And again, getting rid of the Immortal Klaw on turn 1. And the minion. So that's really solid. So that goes down there. And then we are ready. We have a hand size of 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. All right. We're going to add 1 threat to the main scheme. Scheme is going to go down. Oh, yeah, we forgot to put that, reset that. So that's 1B. And it goes to 1 threat. All right. And then we're going to take some hits here. He's going to attack us for 1, 2, 3, 4 damage. We'll go down to 6. Ouch. All right. And then our encounter card is... Oh my God. We are 5 for 5. Let's go. We get Imminent Overlord. That's going to have 4 threat on it. That is insane. We're going to get our friend here. So again, another Shadows. So 2 games in a row. Shadows turn 1. My God. That's insane. So again, it doesn't matter. Iron Man's a very strong character. And we're gonna just prove this right now. We're not gonna go aerial. We're gonna deal 1 damage to Klaw. So he is going to go down to 17. We're going to remove 2 threats. Ready up. 2 threats. So that is going to remove the imminent overlord here. All right. We are then going to use our futurist ability. Look at 1, 2, 3 cards. We'll just keep Hulk. Doesn't really matter. Because we're going to spend 1, 2, 3, 4 to play Nick Fury. And Nick Fury is going to come in and deal 4 damage. We're not going to draw the cards. And then after that, he is going to remove 2 threat from the defense network. Take a damage, and he will be leaving at the end of turn. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So we're not finding any of our equipment. So you see we got lucky with the first 3 pieces. But now we're going a couple turns without them. Probably we'll find one coming down. So this is going to go to 2. And then Klaw's going to scheme for 2. Plus 1 is 3. That goes to 5. So 1 away from popping the main. So main scheme goes to 5 threats. And then our encounter card, maybe the advance. There it is. He's going to scheme for 2 plus 0. So that's going to pop. We're going to go to the scheme 2B. That is like definitely the worst case scenario we could have. It's going to go back down to 0 threat. Okay. And then we're going to discard until we find, obviously, a big-ass minion. Boom. Nick Fury will leave play because he's still there. We're going to use, it's back to us. We're going to use our futurist. 1, 2, and 3. I think I want the helmet. Actually, I don't want the helmet. I think I'm just going to take the power gauntlets. All right. Do we have a mental? We don't have a mental either. All right. So we'll have to find some things to do here. We are going to spend 1, 2 to put down our power gauntlets. We are then... We're going to keep the Mockingbird for next... Oh, wait, maybe we don't. Maybe we do Mockingbird right now. I was kind of hoping. All right. We are going to recover. Plus 3, so we're going to go back to 9. We're going to flip to hero form. We're going to ready with our arc reactor. We're going to go pew pew, deal 2 damage to this Mr. Man. We're going to exhaust to remove the defense network. And then we are going to spend 1, 2, 3 for Mockingbird. Mockingbird is just going to stun let's just stun this guy because he's annoying. And then Mockingbird will deal a damage to him. And like this. So now we have a hand size of 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So now we're back. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we have we have a double and our boots. And we are just going to be off to the races after this. We're going to add 1 threat to the main scheme. Klaw wants to attack us. We're just going to take the hit for 1, 2 damage. We do get exhausted. Threat is going to go up to 1. And then we take 2 damage. And then we get exhausted. He is stunned. And then our encounter card is... Klaw is going to attack us again. We're going to defend with... I don't know why she's there. We're going to defend with Mockingbird for 4. And give him a tough. Well, there you go. So that is very good. She took 4 damage for us. Thank you, Mockingbird. All right. We are going to spend 3 resources to play our Mark 5 armor. And that is going to give us plus 6 hit points. So 7 and 6 goes to 13. All right. We are going to use Tigra to go aerial. We'll deal 2 damage and 2 damage. Pew pew. That is going to kill this guy. I'm just going to separate the Masters of Evil there. We're going to ready up. We'll remove the last threat. And then we will flip down and do our Futurists. 1, 2, and 3. And we'll spend 1 to put our other boots. And then these boots are made for walking. And I think I'm just short my helmet. And then I will be fully built. I'm going to take an extra card. We're going to draw 6. So 2, 4. So we already went through our deck. Five and 6. Mockingbird is back, baby. And then we'll ready all of our stuff. All right. And did I give myself a +1 hit point? No, I did not. So go to 14. Okay. We're going to add 1 threat. He's going to scheme for 2. That goes to 3. 2 encounter cards. First one is... for each player, discard the top 5 cards of their deck. For each lightning resource, take a damage. Nope. 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 So I took no damage. Second encounter card. When revealed, choose to either deal a damage to a hero for each upgrade or choose and discard an upgrade. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'll take 6 damage. Go down to 8. Yeah, let's go. I don't want to lose my stuff. Yeah, I'll take 6. No, I'm just kidding. I'm going to get rid of one of my boots. I'm going to go down to 13. All right. We're going to use our Futurist ability. 1, 2, and 3. We're going to keep chase them down to be able to go aerial. All right. We are going to flip up. We are going to remove the threat, and then we're going to punch for 1. We're going to use chase them down to go aerial. We'll deal 4 damage to Klaw, and this is where it's going to be the beginning of the end. He's down to 13. We are going to spend 1, 2, 3 to play Mockingbird. We are going to stun our friend. And then she will move. She'll just deal 1 damage. To Klaw, he's down to 12. Main scheme is now down to 1 threat. She took a damage and is here. All right. We'll keep our +1 attack. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have a hand size of 6. 2, 4, 5. And 6. Yeah, baby. All right, this is pretty much over. All right, this is going to go to 2. He's stunned. Exhaustion and surge into... Choose to either... You know what? 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to take 5 damage. I'll go down to 8. Man, he got me both. All of the cards are coming out. I'm going to spend 2 to give myself a +1 attack. I will pitch Stark Tower to go aerial. I will deal... she's still ready. Because I'm aerial, I'll do Supersonic Punch for 8 damage on the villain. He's down to 4. I'll use both of my gauntlets to take him out. He'll come in with a tough. Mockingbird will get rid of the tough. I'll remove 2 threats. Oh wait, no, and I'll ready because I got exhausted. I forgot to remove that. So the villain is now on stage 3. He's got 20 health. Scheme is down to 1. I am down to 8. Let's just go. And I have an uppercut. Let's just get rid of that. Let's ready up. 1, 2. There we go. So 2, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 4, 5. And 6. All right. 1 threat on the main. Klaw's going to attack into Mockingbird for 4 damage. She's out. I'll take 1 from the minion. Main scheme is at 1. Did I put my threat on the main? It should be at 2. Let's pretend. I think I forgot. Main scheme is at 2 threats. Yeah, because I punched. Yeah, I forget what I did. Yeah, I punched, so this wouldn't have done. Then I took 1 damage down to 7. And encounter card is an Armored Guard. Just when you think you can go through. All right, I'm going to spend 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to play Senor Nick Fury and draw 3 cards. 1, 2, and 3. All right. I'm going to ping the tough off. I am going to use Tigra. I'm going to use Tigra to go aerial. I'm going to deal 2 damage to this guy. I am then going to use a physical and a lightning to do a relentless assault. So 1 and 4 damage on Klaw. Whoops, those are my cards. So Klaw goes down to 16. I will punch this guy for 2. I will punch Klaw for 2. I won't have Nick do my dirty work. Nuke can just remove the threat. Be exhausted. I'll keep my Hulk. All right, 2, 4, 6 cards. All right, and then we have our helmet and a supersonic punch, and I think we're done. Okay, all we have to do is survive. So 1 threat. He's attacking into Nick Fury for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Thank you, Senor Fury. You were the man. Main scheme is at 1 threat. And then my encounter card is Melting Guy. All right. Well, I don't even think we're gonna kill Melting Guy. I think we're just gonna finish him off. Yeah, I think this is what we're gonna do. I know I want to put my helmet down, but I don't need to. I want to put Hulk, but I don't need to. Because I don't know what the last card is. I want to just finish him off with Hulk. But again, I don't need to. So I think I'm going to spend Power of Aggression to go aerial. I'm going to use... So I'm aerial. I'm going to use my Tenacity just to put my helmet down. My helmet will remove the threat. I am going to use Supersonic Punch for 8. Klaw is down to 6. And I'll punch for 2. Ready. Punch for 2. With my guy. I'll punch Klaw for 2. He's down to 4. Yeah. So punched for... Yeah, that removed the threat. That's 4 damage on him. 2 damage from me. And 2 damage plus 8. So that was 10 damage. I will flip. Oh, no, I don't want to flip down. How much health do I have? 7. We saw both advances. Steve. All right, I could have killed him. Why didn't I just kill him? All right, whatever. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Check this out. I'll give him a chance because I'm going to take 2 encounter cards. Oh, wait, no. I'm taking 1. All right, I'm going to flip down. I'm going to Futurist. Look at this. It's War Machine. I'm just gonna keep it because I can only keep 1. And I get an encounter card for decking out. There's no threat on the main, so unless I'm extremely unlucky. And he schemes twice. Alright, so I decked out. I will just pitch my Hulk and my War Machine, even though I wanted to play them. I'll draw 6 cards. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And I can actually do the phrase when I have all my stuff. 2, 4, 6. All right. We're going to add 1 threat. He is going to scheme for 3, 4, 5. So that is going to go to 6. I place an acceleration. Now, I know that's not an advance, but if there's 2 advances in this entire thing, what are the odds, guys? What are the odds? That'd be really sad if I lost the last game. All right. And then I know what this is. It's just some random. Klaw's going to heal 4 and then an armored guard. All right. So Klaw heals 4. He's backed up to 8. And there you go. So 6 threat on the main. We got an armored guard. All right, we'll do our futurist. 1, 2, and 3. I was hoping to get a supersonic punch, but no. So we'll just keep our power of aggression. We're going to flip up. We're going to use combat training to do our rocket boots to get a +1 health. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I am Iron Man. Doo-doo. All right, so I go to 8. We'll use the power gauntlets to get rid of the tough. We'll use relentless assault to deal 3 and 2 to Klaw. He's at 6. I will chase them down, remove 2 threat. I will heal myself for 2. Go to 8. I will... Did I go aerial? Oh, wait, no. I forgot to go aerial with all that. All right, forget the threat. Forget the threat. Chase them down is going to make me go aerial. And then I'll deal 2 damage with my glove. Klaw goes down to 6. Uh-oh. I'll remove 1 threat with my helmet. It goes down to 5. Oh, no. I thought I was killing him. All right, I'm going to punch him for 2. Ready. Thwart for 2. Actually, I should remove... I'll leave him at 6. I'll remove 4 threat. Just in case he schemes. Because there's a possibility he schemes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right. Man, I just needed my aerial thing. All right. This is going to go to 3. He's going to attack me for 2. Plus 0. Plus a dude. I'll take 3 damage. I'll go down to 5. And counter is... He's going to attack me. Uh-oh. I'm going to defend for 1. He's attacking me for 5, 6. No! And I lost. Oh, come on. What are the odds, people? What are the odds? All right, it doesn't matter. Iron Man, again, I was playing with my food. I had him on the last turn, and I just kind of played around. But that's what happens sometimes when you just... you don't go for the win when you can. Sometimes the villain... Oh, look, see, I was 1 card away from the advance. It doesn't matter. In my heart, it was still a victory. Even though because I just wasted damage everywhere, right? So I could have just killed them easily peasily. And I just decided to just mess around and just try to clean up because I was trying to be fresh. But that's what happens sometimes when you try to be too cool for school. So I went down to 0-0. And it went from 1 damage, right? Just 1 damage. All right, guys. So what do you think about Iron Man? Obviously, you see how powerful it is with his armor. When he's complete, he's just dealing damage, removing threat. Everything is easy peasy. And then we could have some fun with that. So Iron Man definitely is a build up character where you want to take your a couple turns to really put your guy into motion. But again, don't be afraid to turn one with like 2 cards or 3 cards in hand, like a 3 hand size. It doesn't matter. Just manage the threat. If there's like a threat somewhere, uh, take the hit, flip back down, and then you build up, and then you have time to go back up and forth on that. Especially with the once you start getting that 5 hand size, 6 hand size, 7 hand size. All right, let's go clean up, and then let's have a debrief. Well, I just went back and watched the my replay, and on the last turn when I thought I killed Klaw, I did win the game. So instead of reducing Klaw's health, I reduced my health back to 6. And so Klaw was supposed to be from 8 to 6 because and then I was at 8, he was at 8, and I just removed the health from me instead of Klaw. So then Klaw would technically be at 6, and then I did my cannon for 2, and then punch, and then he's dead. But then so that was just a super big mistake. But again, sometimes when you're streaming and you're talking, you do these little silly gaffes. But it is a 5 for 5 win. There you go. So there you go. And I just want to put that in, and then we're gonna go into the final review. Well, if you're still with me, I'm impressed because that was kind of some nice pre-con action. You guys got to see how quickly the game can change and how quickly the tides can turn. And hopefully you guys saw a little bit about the thought process that I put into play when I play these characters. Again, I think that these 5 core set heroes are extremely strong. Even by today's standards, they still measure up. Even this playing with these like pre-con decks, you can see you can mix match them. Obviously, the most powerful aspect in the core box is the leadership aspect. I think a lot of people will gravitate to that because you're bringing out all the allies. It's just fun to have a team to go with that. I think the next once you go past the core box, protection gets so much love in the next few cycles that you just like, wow, protection just it feels really bad at first, and then once you get there and you start learning the intricacies of protection, it's just great. Aggression gets a lot of good cards as well to really push through damage fast and just trying to go face and just try to kill the villain as quickly as possible. Like ignoring some of the smaller distractions, just kind of keep the main under control, and then just punch face. Justice is a stall game, as you can see with the core box. You're just kind of stalling as long as you can until you find your damage cards and go. And then you already saw leadership, what it is all about. So again, you should recommend trying some of these out. Again, if you want, go watch my videos called Beyond the Precon. I think I'll just make a new playlist for all these these new players, new player 2025. So at least for the next year, and then I kind of reshoot some of these videos that are very old. So you can, like, if you're trying to get back into the game, just like, oh wow, okay, oh yeah, this can do this can do that, and again, kind of combine a couple of things there. So if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. They're ad free, monetization free. I do this for the love of the game and to really have fun with new players. Leave those comments, and don't forget, if you want a chance to pull out these super cool hero cards, where they are, they 1, 2, 3, 4. I think they're here somewhere. There you go. So if you want a chance to have these nice hero promos, where's my camera? There you go. Boom, boom, boom. Write a comment. Tell me that you're a new player. When did you start to play the game? And you'll be entered to win one of these and some Steve carriers. Boom, boom, boom. Again, thank you to Bahamut Dragon Lord for making those for me. So on that note, guys, keep on watching these little videos. Go check out us when we play multiplayer, which is definitely where this game wants to be, in 2, 3, or 4 player, to see all the interactions and all the synergies that you can have between characters. And on that note, remember to have some fun and just play the game. See you next time.